live, and you know, it's easy in shorts. Let's see where he's at when we put it all together. But right now, I really like where he's at. I like him from a mental standpoint. Obviously, physically, he's physically very gifted.
Sticking with the safeties, Jeremy Tyler, a guy who gets that start in the last game of the season, and he said it really helped his confidence going into the offseason. You got to work with him every day last year. What do you know about him? Do you feel like you can build on that?
Yeah, Jeremy's he's a smart young man, very athletic. Jeremy's physical, you know, and again, that's another guy like you just said. He got the start. He's played in games. You know, he did some things, so we're just going to let it all sort out. I mean, we got some great battles going on right now. You know, and with KJ, like you said, Hal, you know, we got guys, Dayron Wilson, Colin Christian, those guys are getting a lot of reps right now. So, you know, we'll just keep creating depth, you know, being able to do that.
What's your biggest question mark in camp? What are you looking to find out by in the next 2 weeks?
Well, what we can grasp as a whole, you know, scheme-wise, what we can go with and be comfortable with. And you know, we're throwing a lot of stuff at them right now. I like the way we're installing. We're throwing a lot, and we're going to repeat it for about 3 straight days. And then we're going to back off a little bit and review, and then we're going to throw a lot more at them and kind of see. So from a mental standpoint, I want to see, one, how much they can handle. By position, you know, right now what we have to do is keep creating depth in the back end. You know, I think right now that's kind of a concern for me. You know, it's just we just got to keep bringing guys along. We've got plenty of experience, you know, at linebacker. I think up front we've got a ton of guys who played, and then with the addition of Shaq Riddick, that adds another guy.
Coach, one of the things that, you know, some of us noticed last year, I mean, the defense really played hard. They played hard. They were very good at times. But what would happen kind of at the end of a half or the end of a game, we kind of ran out of steam or something. It seemed like that's when the most breakdowns occurred. And we played a lot of close games that if we could have had some better results on that area, we might have done better. Do you feel more comfortable this year with the overall defense having a little more depth, or are you still concerned about the secondary?
No, I mean, there's always a concern, you know, for the fact that, you know, we're going to get into games and we're going to lose our good players and we're going to lose our proven leaders, and, you know, and then the next guy has to step up. But as far as, you know, where we're at from a year ago, I mean, Carl Joseph's a year better, Isaiah Bruce a year better, Brandon Golson's a year better. So anytime you bring that many guys back that have played, you know, you feel confident about what you can do as a defense. And our kids, the one thing that we never ever questioned last year was our effort. You know, and that was always there, whether it was we were getting beat up at Baylor or Maryland or wherever it may have been, and we felt that our kids kept playing hard. Now, is that good enough? No. Obviously, we want to change some things, and the whole deal that Coach Holgerson implemented back in the spring, you know, is we got to finish. And if we would have done that last year, who knows what could happen? You know, is it 8 wins, 7 wins, 9 wins?
Yeah, it could have easily been 8 and 4.
Yeah.
Who do you expect to emerge as the leaders on the defense? You know, we all know about Carl Joseph, and we think, you know, we all think of him as a leader. Anybody else that looks like they might emerge?
Yeah, you know, for a young guy, Darryl Worley right now is a sophomore. I mean, you know, Darryl does a great job, and kids listen to him. You know, and I think it's the way he carries himself, you know, as a football player and as a person. Kyle Rose, Jared Barber. You know, it kind of goes hand in hand with the guys that have played and that have proven themselves on the field that kids look up to. So, you know, and right now we've got a lot of those guys back. So, you know, hopefully there's a whole handful of them.
Last year you started the season, Travis Bell was one of your 2 corners. You know, I'm sure he had to do plenty of things to get back to the point where you can let him back on the field. But what does he have to do this year? Does he have a tougher you know, hill to climb because of off-season issues or off-the-field issues, anything like that?
Nah, I mean, you know, when you make a decision when the guy's back, and you know, his biggest uphill battle right now is trying to beat out Ickey Banks and Darryl Worley. So, you know, he's got enough issues trying to do that than anything else. So we'll let it play out and see where it's at. But, you know, Travis has done a great job up to this point. You know, he's working extremely hard and doing some good things. So we'll see where he's at.
Gibby, you mentioned, sorry about that, Jeff. You mentioned Shaq Riddick. What, coming out of a place like Gardner Webb, what is his biggest transition? And I know it's only been 2 days or so, but does he feel like a player, like a guy that you can look to in certain situations that will help you?
Yeah, well, anytime you got that kind of kid, I mean, he's 6'6", 240 pound that can run. Yeah, I mean, he's got a twitch. Yeah. So the biggest adjustment for him was going to be looking up and seeing 60,000 seats instead of about 10,000, I think. Because, when you look at him and you go back and watch his film, his best game last year may have been against Marshall. He had a couple sacks against Marshall, had a couple QB hurries. So, that kid is built, I think, perfectly for the Big 12.
Sorry to cut you off. You talked about acquiring the scheme defensively. Does he fit that mental aspect where you feel like, okay, we can extend that with him even already with what you've seen?
Yeah, and he's behind right now, just for the fact that we couldn't work with him in the summertime. Coach Cogdell and Coach Bradley have done a great job, getting him caught up in the last couple of days. Day one was really his first day of coaching. I mean, he didn't know anything, what we were doing, how we were lining up, and he got in and got a few reps. Yesterday, we repped him a few more, with the ones and the twos and mixing him in and letting him get his feet wet. Again, with him, goes back to what I said earlier. Tomorrow, or today, Monday, Tuesday, when we get full gear on, we're going to be able to see a lot more of him and what he's doing, what he can do.
Where do you play him at?